Welcome back to the Gentleman's Edition of Careful Boys. Today we have Tim with us.
Gentlemen!
Since we have Tim here and he's so experienced in many of the facets of YouTube and content creation, etc., etc., so this channel's been around for quite some time. I think
Long
there are
time.
a few things that we maybe could do better. From your point of view,
Yeah.
how could you help JK News improve?
Please.
I don't watch, so I don't know.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay.
That's an honest answer.
It's a real question. Because
We need YouTube advice.
I don't know, dog. My channel's struggling too. Here's right. I've been basically just podcasting for the past few years.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I think that's really my algorithm because I'm about to tell you, Bart Kwan.
Tell them!
I spent like last year filming this new show I was very excited about. It was like I took the concept of Hot Ones and I switched it up a little bit.
Oh, the rap thing.
The rap thing.
Yeah, that's cool,
So
yeah.
now it's like instead of wings, we're eating spicy noodles, and then I make my rapper homies freestyle. It's like an interview, we eat spicy noodles, and we freestyle, right? I'm like gonna go crazy, bro. I was like, yo, this shit's gonna get millions of views. I'm a bag. I'll probably sell it to somebody and keep doing it. I thought I was gonna go crazy, bro.
Yeah.
But because I think the algorithm, or who knows why, right? But I think because
It's a dumb idea.
I mean, well, yeah, but you never know. You never know.
You gotta try it out.
Try.
The views are trash, dog. I'm talking about the shorts, the YouTube shorts I put up get more views than this.
That's like those two.
It's so stupid, bro.
yeah.
I'm talking about these episodes cap at like 10K views.
They don't wanna. Damn. They don't. Or is it freestyling not cool?
It's freestyling is definitely dead. But I thought maybe the fun of it and the just like, because people are always like, hey man, you know what I'm saying? Do something different,
There's a
right?
new spin on it,
and I was like,
yeah.
yeah, I got a new fucking show I'm hyped about.
It's spicy freestyles.
Yes, but I think because I've been just uploading hour-long podcast content for the past 2-3 years. I mean, No Chase is like 6 years old. I think it doesn't get pushed to my audience because it's so different. And of course, people say YouTube will push longer form content. I think it's because these are 12-minute long shits that no one knows about. They just aren't. A lot of people were commenting because I brought it up on me and David's podcast, and a lot of comments were like, dude, I didn't even know this shit. I didn't even know you put this shit out. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I got no advice for y'all, like I'm just fucking yapping away on podcasts and hoping people watch, You
know one thing I find interesting? All of the Asians from our era are generally getting the same views. Us, you, David, Wong Fu, and then the rest I think they haven't really kept up or they're out.
Yeah.
But I actually think that most of our viewership is from that era. And they just watch for nostalgia. And then so maybe we just haven't got the new generation.
Some people told me I should start a new channel for my new show.
I've heard of that too.
Yeah, we've heard that a bunch.
Creating a new channel. Because when I am scrolling on YouTube now, a lot of new channels with like 100 views just start popping up.
Yeah, they just pop up, yeah.
True.
I do have a friend that did that, and his first channel, like a couple of videos, did have a spike, but then it just dropped off to what the old views were, and then, so now it just looks like disjointed two channels. That's actually one channel.
Struggle out here, man.
So I don't know how to play the algorithm. Really.
But I really think that all of us have the same fan base that we cultivated from the same era.
Probably. Yeah.
You think they all just like that fan base? They like moved on and became adults and did bigger and better things, and we just got stuck in our life.
I saw the biggest drop during COVID and TikTok. So I think more people are spending time like watching short form, and then our fan base is now getting into their career, late 20s to 30s.
Yeah, just older.
And then so because they're older, they don't have time. Like so when we were getting like when we were out there, right? Most of our fan base was high school to college, and they had a lot of time to watch on YouTube. So they watched your stuff, your vlogs, David's stuff, Wong Fu, and then ours. And then there was so much content for them to fill up their whole day, going like, all right, I'm gonna watch a couple of JK News, and I'm gonna do this, and I'm gonna do that. So if you think about it, if all of us are producing podcasts and vlogs and whatever, right? How many hours do you have when you're in your late 20s and early 30s to actually watch all that content? So that's my take on it. Yeah.
No, it's fucked up because I mean I miss doing sketches, but am I? Is there anyone on YouTube that I'm still like, oh, I'm gonna watch the new sketch? Nah, I'll put on a fucking podcast and play it on the background as I'm washing dishes or
Yeah.
you know, like cleaning the house. You know what I'm saying? It's like I don't consume that content anymore. So I mean, I can't be mad at somebody for not watching this fucking random sketch I put up. You know, even though I love doing that, it's kind of fucked up. And I feel like, okay, now I was just telling Bart, I'm like, I kind of want to get into creating more little quick, silly TikTok, IG reel, 1 minute quick sketches. Where it's like I have mad ideas where I'm like, oh, this is just one joke out. It's not enough for a sketch, right? But I never do it because I'm like, oh, this is just stupid. But then for the TikTok generation, yeah, this is one joke in out. It would work, and I just never get around to doing that shit because I think my brain is formatted differently.
Yeah,
you know.
Yeah.
Because there are some new groups coming out that are doing some really funny sketches on like that format. Like there's a group out in LA that they do like I don't know, they kind of play on the common shit. I mean the current event shit, like super wokey or super, you know, and it's fucking hilarious. But and then there's that one white guy that pretends like he's a news anchor.
Oh, I love that guy, Channel 5.
Yeah.
Oh, he's good.
That's like documentaries, basically.
Yeah, like mockumentary style. Yeah.
Internet, bro. We've been doing this shit for a long time, you know? My YouTube channel turns, what year is this? 2025? Fucking 19 this year. Turned 18 last year.
Wow.
Yeah, so I start, you know, my...
Yo, I think we're gonna be 18 years old.
Damn.
How's about that, huh?
Crazy.
Yeah, I think JK News might be like 16 or something.
Woo! Wow, look at us. We still look great, though. I can't believe I even came on here without a fresh fade because my grays start to come in if I don't get a super fresh fade. But I was like, I didn't have time, you know? Goddamn kids and shit, you know?
So how much do you not nerd out that much about like algorithm type stuff? You just kind of do your thing, be creative, upload, not really think about as much.
I try not to nerd out too much about algorithm stuff. I keep it in the back of my mind, but if I was like too focused on it, I don't think I would have fun
It's
anymore.
kind of useless, huh?
It's not
Yeah.
natural to our generation.
Yeah.
Like the common guys now, they know like 15 seconds you gotta tell them about, turn on the notifications and then whatever. Like they know how to like kind of game the whole like watch time shit. That's just not our generation, I think.
But also, you know, our style of vlogging is coming back, and they're calling it grandpa vlogs.
What?
Yeah.
Are you serious?
Like, no, it's a whole genre.
Like OG, like just talk to
you guys know Sam Sulik, right? Yeah. It's just straight up, no fancy editing. You just talk, connect with your fan base. You know, maybe on a topic, whatever. And then there's that one. Wild Creek Ranch or whatever, the grandpa that smokes cigars and talks, just like he just puts a camera on a tripod and just talks. And then a lot of videos like that have been crushing it. Recently, this one went viral. It was like a neurosurgeon or something.
And he was in the woods.
Yes. And I watched the whole thing, and he was just talking about, he had fucking flies flying around and then he had to like reset. Man, it was so chill. And it just reminded me of like natural old school YouTube. And I think it's now turning the other way because it went to like high quality, super cinematic, crazy edits, you know? To not like, I guess it's like a whole thing that people are going back to now of just super raw, shitty quality, someone just talking to you, you know?
I guess that's how lives still look.
Yeah?
Lives is a big one right now, dude.
Out of curiosity, what's like the number one format or type of content that you guys consume?
I honestly don't even consume content. That's the crazy part.
You don't watch anything?
I like it literally, like I just started watching Severance because you guys were saying it's really good.
You fell asleep?
It took us 4 days to watch half an episode so far.
My God.
What show is this?
Severance.
Oh, Severance. Word. I haven't watched
Because
it.
we'll watch for like 5 minutes and then both me and Gio pass out. And then sort of like, okay, cool, continue tomorrow and watch 10 minutes and then we pass out.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, we like,
It's only for intellectuals.
no, it's a good show, but we're just tired. We got kids, you're just tired. You got so much shit you're doing.
Chia and I, we set apart Sundays to either try and watch a movie or start a new show. Like Sundays, we try to do no work, get the kids down by 8, and then we like try and like lock in and watch something. That's dope.
But I mean, this is a good example, right? Is like you guys are the perfect example of why Our like people of our generation just don't go on YouTube.
Exactly.
Time. You guys don't have time.
But if we talking YouTube, like when I'm driving or shit like that, or like when I'm doing dishes, the shit I do consume, and this is just me, you know, trying to be a filmmaker. Like I listen to people reviewing movies and talking about movies or making fun of
Podcasts?
Yeah, or like not even that.
Reviews.
It's a movie reviews, or there's a dude I watch. He does this thing called pitch meetings where he like in a parody type of way reviews movies, kind of, right? Like he'll like, for example, right? Do you guys watch Game of Thrones?
Yes.
Okay, so remember like the last season where Arya
Best season? Yeah.
Arya rides off on a horse on one episode.
Yeah.
So he'll do shit like, hey, I have the season 8 of Game of Thrones for you. He's like pitching the meeting, and the guy's like, oh sweet, let me hear it. And he goes back and forth. He's playing both characters, and he's like, okay, in this episode, Arya rides off on a horse. They're gonna love it. And then he's like, okay, so then the next episode, Arya's just chilling, and the guy's like, what happened to the horse? He's like, I don't know. So he like makes fun of the shitty parts by pretending he's the guy pitching it. So I'll always watch that dude's videos. You know what I'm saying? And as soon as a new movie drops, I wait for the pitch meeting. I'm like, what's Ryan gonna say? I can't wait. You know? So I'm only consuming movie shit because I'm trying to write this movie. You feel me? But nothing where I gotta like lock in and like sit and watch, because you know.
It's just like in the back burner type shit. Yeah.
Then maybe that's like contextually an indication of like how many people are like locking in because they're trying to like eat spicy noodles or rap.
Oh, right. Who is it actually relating to? No, that's
I'm
fair.
saying that with us too because same shit. Like if you look at my algo right now, it's the most random shit that's pertaining to me so personally. It's like, how do you use the Fujifilm X100 Mark 6?
A lot of education.
Garage gym reviews on home gym products.
All education.
A little bit of like how to carve better on your snowboard, and you know what I mean. You consume shit that's pertinent to like where you're at, and then I think about what we do here with JK. We just talk about random shit, which is entertaining if you're a fan of who we are or you know us. So like you said, that nostalgic value. But you don't come here to learn shit.
Yeah.
You come here for mindless banter.
Yeah, because anytime you try to teach someone something, they're like, that ain't fucking true.
I'm not saying we should change. I'm just saying maybe that's an
No,
indicator
but-
of like how we all consume content in this season of
For
our
sure,
age.
because the views that do well are when people are locked in to our stories, and when we're not dicking around too hard, and then we actually have something to share about
Because
our lives
somebody's
or
learning
whatever.
something.
Yeah,
even if
yeah,
it's
you're
just
right.
about us.
Yeah.
Also, the topics that I think we would feel tired of, people still want to know.
Yeah, like if dick size matters or something.
You know how many times you probably talked about.
There are certain evergreen topics.
I do one of those like once a year. Yeah. Does size really matter? Yeah. I know.
Matters to the guy.
Like every time we do a video about Asian girls not wanting to date Asian guys, it's always like tons of views.
People are pissed.
But I actually think it's not the same fan base watching that.
Yeah,
I think
but
that
that's because
goes
there's
outside.
always a new, younger Asian girl and younger Asian guy who need to know that for
And
the
I
first
think
time.
that problem hits every generation too.
Yeah.
Sometimes I think like, okay, maybe let's make content that I like to watch. I'm like, should I start doing movie reviews? And then I'm like, oh fuck, I don't have time to watch movies like that.
If it was your job,
Do them based on memory of movies you've seen through your
Yeah, right. Let's review Back to the Future. What happens in that one? Yeah, you know, I think it's it is a struggle for, you know, trying to navigate what the kids are watching nowadays, you know?
What's the thing that you actually enjoy making the most, though?
Making?
Yeah, making actually.
Shit, man, I miss doing sketches. I
huh?
love doing sketches. Like, it felt like such a gamble, you know? Because it's like you have this crazy idea, you write the script, who knows if people are gonna fuck with it or not? And then sometimes people fuck with it and you're like, yeah, you feel like fulfilled, you know what I'm saying?
see, that's the irony though. I believe, again, we all fucking got like mortgages or kids or whatever, so it's like it's a different world. But I genuinely believe if you like was only making sketches, that would pop off in a way. Maybe it's not in like engagement and views like we like had experienced in the past with like social media. Maybe it would, but it would pop off in a way that's
It
like
will pop off like his podcast money way, and he's gonna be like sketches or buy hella food from my family, buy hella food.
that's
from
what I mean though. I get that. I do get that, which is why we all make the decisions we make.
Yeah.
I think the game changes.
exactly.
And you have to change with it. So like, for example, when we started JK News, it really popped off because there weren't CNN and all the news channels wasn't on YouTube. It was us. It was like maybe Young Turks and some independent news sources, right? So it was like a funny way to consume news. And there was a term back then called newsjacking. So people are going to be looking for what just happened in this and politics, whatever. And we would be at the top of the algorithm. Once all the major networks came on, they flooded the stuff and we don't show up. So it was difficult to get new fan bases from that point on. But like the game changes, right? So fast forward to now, let's say our fan base is older, all this stuff. The right move would actually be to pivot and maybe just go full long podcast and talk about things that actually matter to that base at that age. So it's like, instead of looking to what's the young people doing and then can we get this fan base, it's like they're growing with us. So, I mean, that's probably why when we talk about family and kids and things that matter to them, they're like, oh yeah, I like those things because I'm hearing about what's happening in your family and, you know, I'm growing with you. But then I think when you try to be like fucking 21 Jump Street and then like you're walking into high school and trying to get the new group, it's not gonna work, dude.
Yeah, man. I feel like I've reached unk status, as the kids would say. You know, like even when we start, a lot of times when I'm podcasting, the shit always gets in a very like sometimes I'll review an episode. I'm like, fuck, we old. We sound old. You know what I'm saying? Because it's always just like complaints about what are these new slang words, shit like that. Like, oh shit, we sound old as shit right now. But you know, it is what it is, man. Like, I mean, if I look at my demo, it's like 25 to 35. You know what I'm saying? So it makes sense. Like these kids, they're not kids anymore. My fan base has grown up with me, and I'm grateful that they're still tuning in. You know?
And you're wearing a suit and you're promoting a brandy.
Look at that! What the fuck?
Right.
Promoting brandy with my gray hair and my suit? We out here. But because there's people that we came up with who they were doing shit that was marketed towards kids, you know, and now it's like they're still trying to do the same shit. And people are like, come on, bro.
Exactly.
Grow up, dog. No one watches this shit anymore. No one wants to see this from you, you know?
That's what I'm thinking about, is where you started with a lot of the same like peers, right? And a lot of them aren't here because they had a small window of time where, like, let's say if you did kid content, the kids didn't grow with you, and then if you don't still do that stuff, or like you try but you age out of it and it looks really weird, unless you're like a Blippy, where like, or Mr. Rogers, that works, right? Because like but if you're like once young and then you're aging, and that's kind of weird.
Like Ryan's World.
I heard that it's not as cracking because he doesn't look like a toddler anymore.
He also doesn't look like he wants to do it.
Oh, that's that's a whole nother.
Yeah, he's about to enter his teens, I think, right?
Yeah. But then it all kind of got messed up because they did an interview, his whole family, and in the interview, the dad was like really talking for him a lot, and it was creepy as shit. So after that, people just didn't trust it anymore.
Right. They're like, oh, this kid's being forced to do this shit.
You know what's cool though? I noticed is that you're pretty tapped into a lot of stuff that's current, like in a very good way. Like, you know, you're doing the Nick Cannon stuff. When you have musical guests on your show that are like doing stuff now, like it's pretty cool.
I try to keep my ear to the streets, you know. I mean, I try to stay tapped into a lot of shit, you know, because I feel like, okay, as someone who I'm a YouTuber and I podcast and shit, but I do still like, you know, I try to rap and stuff, you know what I'm saying? And I'm still trying to put across the charade that I keep up with the youths, you know what I'm saying? So I keep my ears. So it's like I still try to pay attention to what's going on, you know what I'm saying? But you know what's fucked up, when you feel like you know, I think we get to a certain age where we don't know what's popping musically anymore because we're not just like listening to what the kids are listening to. So I had to be like, I'm gonna put on a top 10 of what's trending in music so I know what's going on. You know what I'm saying? Let me listen. What the fuck are these kids listening to? You know?
I still do that to help me find and understand music to choreograph to.
Word.
Cause I'm like, what? Cause TikTok be changing the top 10. Remember what like people used to be like calling into the radio to request, and that dictated. I know that's already ancient fossil shit, but like the idea that like now if it pops off and some random shit pops off on TikTok, then it becomes like the radio start playing it. But like I don't TikTok like that. I just keep it real. Like I just don't get on that app like that. So I'm just not in tune with what's hot until it's hot for everybody else, and I'm discovering it late.
Literally like 2 nights ago, Chia was in bed trying to do a brand deal, and the brand specifically asked her for her reel she was making, try to use a trendy song. She was like, what is trending right now? I'm like, baby, just go on TikTok and look up like trending sounds or whatever, you know? She is like, what are any of these songs? She had never heard any of them.
That's how you know, man.
It's legit. That's the struggle every day.
There you go.
Yeah. Sabrina Carpenter, that's all I know.
That's all I know too, dude. I found out about her.
Espresso, it's a great song. It's a great song.
I found her like
She's
last
adorable.
month.
She's adorable. She's like 4'10". She's
That's
adorable.
what I'm saying, guys. Don't try to attract the youth. Just stay and keep. I mean,
Yeah.
I just bought some bell bottoms because of Kendrick Lamar, so.
That's progressive.